Welcome students. Today we will see about RAID levels. RAID is a redundant array of independent disks which is used for huge storage. And here is this is the RAID level 0 where we'll have, it needs two disk at least. So it will not do any block stripping or it will not do any mirroring or parity activity. It will just store as and when the data comes. And this is the next level of RAID, where even here there are two disks, minimum of two disks are required, where it will do a complete mirroring of the data which we try to store. See here. There are blocks. Even here data will be split into blocks. I mean, like whatever the data that we try to post, those data will be cutted into chunks, and though it will be placed as chunks of data, that is blocks of data. Even here those items will be done, and see, A, B, C are the blocks of data that we try to store, and disk 1 get the storage of ABC, and which is the same as mirrored in the disk 2. So it will do a complete mirroring, but however it will not do any parity, and this ensures the complete redundancy, as when one disk fails we get the mirror. And here is the block RAID level 2, where it will do a bit level stripping, like here block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, block 5. I mean, like as with the RAID level 1, it will not store, I mean, yeah, it is a distributed storage for your understanding. So block 1 is stored here and block 2 is stored here, which belongs to same chunk, same information. And for block 1, the error correction code, the parity bit is calculated and stored in the disk 3. So for the data disk, for the data available in the disk 1 and disk 2, or disk 1 and disk 2 are the data disk. However, this disk 3 and disk 4 are the parity disk. So the data which is stored in B1, the parity will be stored in, or error correction code will be stored in E1. So whenever the data is lost and whenever I feel that data is not complete, I can check with this ECC code. And the next is a byte level stripping, where even here it is a distributed storage. Instead of storing, instead of having a bit level stripping, where the block level stripping is done, so the entire block will have like data block 1, 2, 3, or data block B4, B5, B7. So for this, one parity one parity data will be one parity item will be calculated, and that will be stored in the separate disk, which is called as parity disk. And the next one is RAID level 4, where block level stripping is done. So for each block, one dedicated parity is calculated and is stored in the parity disk. And this is the block level stripping, where instead of storing a parity in a different disk, it is stored in the same disk. So for AC, the parity bit is P3 and is stored in the same block. In the same, it is continued here. And this is the sixth RAID 6, where it is even a distributed parity, where it will have two distributed parity. I mean, like for each and block, for each and every block, two different parity will be calculated and is stored in the different disks. So whenever one disk has lost, I'll have the parity in the other disk. So from that parity, I could able to retrieve the data which I've lost. And the last one is block mirrored. So every block will be mirrored, which is the last level of the RAID. So for A, C, E is the block, and that is been mirrored. And for each, the disk 1 is mirrored in disk 2, and disk 3 is mirrored in the disk 4. So thank you students for watching this RAID levels.